Well, we made the light staff, so let me give you a visual representation of how it works.
Why, hello there, gamers.
Welcome to the 34th devlog of Last Hope. I started off this week in Trello, which I haven't used in at least 4 months, so I had to mark off some of those old goals that we had. I made a few goals for some art stuff for me to finish. As you saw in the very beginning, we added a new item, the light staff. This was the original sprite for the item in the world. I made it with just some random colors, then realized I should probably use the palette for this game that I created a long time ago, but I just forgot to make it the original palette again. So adding in those colors makes it belong in the world a little bit more. Then I made the icon for the hotbar when you pick it up. Next I made an icon for the water amulet thing. I'm trying to make it look like a necklace, and at some point I want to make some sort of sprite for the player that makes it look like he's wearing a necklace. I then made an icon for the fire staff. The sprite for the in-world pickup looks pretty plain, which is the thing on the left, so I tried to make the icon look how I was thinking the staff would look. I tried to make it look like some weird spiral wood staff with some leaves made out of the same stuff the core of the staff is made out of. Then I took all those things, snatched them out of the folder, and imported them into Unity, and I sized all the sprites to the correct size. Looks pretty lit and epic. Then I moved this fella into the church. You know, that dude that was gonna be a boss who got created like 7 months ago? Well, now he's gonna be an NPC, and he's gonna be chilling in the church. He do be chilling. And I dragged the fire staff's icon into the icon slot. Also did that to the water amulet. I then created a C# script for changing the in-game cursor. Looked up a few things and was typing out words, and no worko. Sag. Nope. No. Yo, what is wrong with Unity? It's so broken and dumb. I swear to God. This trash is smoking crack. Like, why does that function not get recognized? It's the same thing that is in the Unity documentation. Like, huh? I then just completely followed a tutorial to get this one, and yep, it works perfectly. So now that I coded that trash, I had to make myself some little cursors. I made the small cursor, then needed to make it longer so that it would match up with the clicking cursor that I made. Dragged my little cursors up in the slots from the code, and bada bing, bada boom, we had some blurry cursors, and the clicking one didn't work. So I had to go back into the code and swap some stuff around. Now you can tickle the enemies in 144p. So I had to go and export them as a much higher resolution. Dragged in the higher resolution cursors. Now we got some not so blurry, very small cursors to touch the enemies in full HD. So to deal with the small cursors, I looked up how to affect cursor size in Unity. found this forum and got no useful information from it. So if you know how to change the size of the cursor, please leave a comment or join the Discord server and DM me. Hi, I'm 𝙒𝙄𝙎𝙎𝙃, resident artist of VuVuu. So I marked off the things I completed and moved on to the next day. It's used to, show when you can use your ability again. Whether that is the next arrow to fire, or the next spell to shoot, or the next dash. It's all gonna be in the same bar, I don't know, or probably is, I'm not sure. So after putting all the frames into Unity, I made them to the correct size and split up the sprite sheets, then created a UI image. And made an animation called reloading. Stuck all the frames in there, stretched them out, and boom. God damn, it's beautiful. At the moment, it has absolutely no use. It's just a bar that loops, and that's about it. The days of the melee combat rework. I again started with writing some goals into Trello to get accomplished for the day. I mainly was just focusing on the feel of the combat, so we tried adding some movement to the hitting again, and just being faster so you weren't forced into a direction for super long. It feels about as weird as it looks, very rigid and kind of trash-olies. So I came up with the thought that we should just allow the player to attack in whatever direction they want, kind of like most other top-down games with combat. Like 𝙒𝙄𝙎𝙃𝙄𝙎𝙃 game Archvale. So I had to export the hammer swing without the character sprite, and I put it into Unity and turned it into an animation. Added a collider that covers the whole swing area, then centered it on the player's body. So now you could do some nice double swinging with the hammer that was new and the old hammer. We got rid of the old hammer and made the new one swing towards where the player had their mouse when they clicked. It had no cooldown between swings, so you could attack as fast as you wanted. And we added the cooldown so you actually had to wait for the swing to finish before you could start another one. The next thing that happened was my friend added some nice knockback to the hammer. We were in a Discord call while he added it, so here's some high quality combat. As you can see, the knockback is pretty epic, but it didn't even hit them in the direction you wanted to hit them to. It was just the same direction anytime you hit them. And he figured out it was because of the parentheses. They're back. From like month 2 of working on this game, it was a problem. So he just added one in, and it was normal knockback. Definitely not as epic as some Thor Smash knockbacks. Then sometime between the 3 days we were doing stuff for the combat, he added knockback to the enemies, so now you can bonk and get bonked. Hey, oh, he's a dead. How could they do this to my boy? Mamma mia's pizzeria. So I marked off the last thing we completed, and we were left with one, which was to get the shield functioning and be able to block projectiles and stuff. Become a patron today if you got that extra stimmy check money. Patreon.com/VuVuu. Time to thank all the patron boys who support the channel. So thanks to the legend of Patreon, Big Mason 23, the big boys, Ducky on Quack, Erebus, Philippe Curie, Grizzly, Soup, and Titans, the rich boys, Francois and Michael Zhao. Hey there gamers that are left, I thank you for helping out with the watch time. Have a good day, and see you later at some point, possibly.